Today we are going to discuss why you keep failing at whitetail deer hunting. If you keep failing at whitetail deer hunting, it is usually not because of bad luck, bad land, or even a lack of deer. Whitetail deer hunting is not about luck, it is about learning. Every hunter makes mistakes, but the good news is you can fix them. Today, I will show you the 12 simple lessons that turn frustration into success. Stick around, because one small change could be the key to your biggest buck yet. But before we proceed in the video, please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. Number 1. Respecting the whitetail deer sense of smell. The single biggest reason most hunts end in failure is a lack of respect for the nose of a whitetail deer. To a human, the air is just air. To a deer, the air is a map. A whitetail deer has nearly 300 million olfactory receptors in its nose, which is about 60 times more than a human has. When you walk into the woods, you are essentially a giant ball of human scent. If the wind is blowing from you toward the area where you expect the deer to be, the hunt is over before it even starts. Many beginners think that wearing scent-blocking clothing makes them invisible, but that is a dangerous myth. No spray or suit can completely hide you from a direct wind. You must learn to hunt the wind, which means always keeping the breeze in your face and never letting it blow toward the bedding or feeding areas of the whitetail deer. Number 2. The danger of making too much noise. The woods are a very quiet place, and every animal living there is tuned into the natural rhythm of the forest. When a hunter slams a truck door, clinks metal gear together, or walks with a heavy, rhythmic thump thump thump, it sounds like an alarm bell to a whitetail deer. We often forget that these animals spend 24 hours a day listening for predators. Natural sounds are usually irregular, like the scurry of a squirrel or the rustle of wind. A human walking in a straight line with a steady pace is a dead giveaway. To fix this, you must adopt noise discipline. This means securing every piece of gear so it does not rattle, closing your vehicle doors only to the first click, and walking with frequent pauses to mimic the movement of a non-threatening animal. If you sound like a human, you will never see a mature whitetail deer. Number 3. Looking for parts instead of the whole animal. In our minds, we all have a picture of what a whitetail deer looks like, a perfect brown silhouette standing in a sunny field. The problem is that in the real world, you will almost never see that image. Most hunters fail because they are looking for a whole deer, but the whitetail deer is a master of camouflage. In the thick brush or the shadows of the hardwoods, a deer will look like a horizontal line of a back, the flicker of a white ear, or the mechanical blink of an eye. You must train your brain to stop looking for a deer and start looking for anomalies. Look for things that do not belong in a vertical forest, such as the curve of a leg or the shine of an antler. If you wait until you see the entire body, the deer has likely already spotted you and moved on. Number 4. Ruining the hunt before you reach the stand. One of the most overlooked parts of hunting is the entry and exit strategy. Many hunters believe the hunt only starts once they are sitting in their stand. In reality, the most critical part of the hunt is the walk from your truck to your spot. If you walk through a primary feeding area at 5 in the morning to get to your stand, you have just told every whitetail deer in the neighborhood exactly where you are. You have left a trail of ground scent that acts like a neon sign for hours. To be successful, you must find ways to enter your hunting area without being seen or smelled. This might mean taking a longer, more difficult path or using a creek bed to hide your scent and sound. How you get to your stand is just as important as what you do once you are there. Number 5. Relying too much on expensive gear. The hunting industry is excellent at making us believe that we can buy success. We see advertisements for the newest rifles, the most expensive camouflage patterns, and high-tech gadgets that promise to bring the deer to us. This creates a gear gimmick trap where hunters focus more on their equipment than their skills. A whitetail deer does not care if your jacket cost $500, it only cares if it can see you moving or smell your breath. True woodsmanship, the ability to read tracks, understand food sources, and stay still for hours, cannot be purchased at a store. If you are failing, do not look for a new piece of gear to fix it. Instead, look for a new way to understand the biology and behavior of the whitetail deer. Number 6. Leaving the woods too early in the morning. There is a common pattern in the hunting world. Hunters sit in their stands until about 9 or 10 in the morning, and then they head back to camp for breakfast and a nap. This is exactly when the woods get quiet and the pressure disappears. Mature whitetail deer are smart, and they often learn the schedules of the humans hunting them. They know that after 10 in the morning, the woods are usually safe. By staying in your stand until 1 or 2 in the afternoon, you are hunting the second shift. This is often the time when big bucks feel comfortable moving between bedding areas or checking for late morning snacks. If you have the patience to sit through the middle of the day, you will often see deer that the 9 to 5 hunters never even knew existed. Number 7. Hunting where the deer used to be. Deer patterns change constantly throughout the year based on one thing: food. A spot that was filled with white-tailed deer in September when the clover was lush might be a desert in November when the acorns are falling. Many hunters fail because they find a great spot and keep hunting it long after the deer have moved on to a different food source. To stay successful, you must be a constant scout. You need to know when the white oaks are dropping their nuts, when the corn is being harvested, and when the frost kills off the green plants. If you are not seeing deer, it is probably because their grocery store has moved. You must be willing to move with them rather than waiting for them to come back to an old spot. Number 8. The bright light of the modern hunter. We live in an age of constant connection, and that has become a major problem in the deer woods. Boredom often leads hunters to pull out their smartphones to check the news or scroll through social media. While it seems harmless, the blue light from a screen is incredibly bright in a dark forest, and a white-tailed deer can see it from a long distance. Furthermore, the constant micro-movement of your hands and head while you use a phone is enough to catch the attention of a wary doe. When you are on your phone, you are not just visible, you are also distracted. You lose your peripheral vision and your ability to hear the faint snap of a twig. If you want to stop failing, you must put the phone away and commit to being present in the moment. Number 9. Hunting the same spot too many times. It is tempting to hunt your favorite stand every single day, especially if you have seen a big buck there before. However, this is the fastest way to burn out a spot. Every time you enter the woods, you leave behind a little bit of human scent and create a little bit of disturbance. After 2 or 3 days of constant pressure, the white-tailed deer in that area will realize they are being watched. They might not leave the area entirely, but they will become nocturnal, moving only under the cover of darkness when they know you are gone. To keep a spot fresh, you must have multiple locations and rotate between them. Give your best spots a rest for several days between hunts to allow the deer to feel safe again. Number 10. Forgetting the invisible movement of air. Beyond the general direction of the wind, there is a complex system of air movement called thermals. In the morning, as the sun warms the ground, the air begins to rise up the hills and ridges. In the evening, as the air cools, it becomes heavy and sinks down into the valleys. If you are sitting on a ridge in the evening, your scent is being pulled directly down into the bedding areas below you. Many hunters understand the wind but completely ignore these rising and falling air currents. Understanding thermals is like knowing how to use an invisible elevator for your scent. If you learn to hunt high in the mornings and low in the evenings, you can stay undetected even when the wind seems tricky. Number 11. Not being ready for the shot. The moment of truth in white-tailed deer hunting usually happens in a matter of seconds. After hours or days of waiting, a deer suddenly appears, and your heart rate triples. This is called buck fever, and it is the cause of many missed shots and poor decisions. Many hunters fail because they have not practiced in realistic conditions. They practice shooting from a comfortable bench at a range, but they never practice shooting while wearing a heavy coat, sitting in a cramped chair, or with their heart racing from adrenaline. To be successful, you must mentally rehearse the shot over and over again. You need to know exactly where to aim and have the discipline to wait for the right angle. If you are not prepared for the physical and emotional stress of the shot, all your hard work will be for nothing. Number 12. Changing how you define a successful hunt. The final reason many people feel like they are failing is that they have the wrong definition of success. If you believe that the only way to have a good hunt is to kill a trophy white-tailed deer, you are setting yourself up for a lot of unhappy days. Hunting is a game where the odds are always in favor of the animal. If you change your mindset to value the lessons you learn, the beauty of the sunrise, and the peace of the forest, you stop feeling like a failure. Ironically, when you relax and start enjoying the process of being a woodsman, you become a better hunter. You become more observant, more patient, and more in tune with the environment. Success is a journey of knowledge, and the harvest is simply the final chapter of a much longer story. At the end, I request, please share this video and comment your whitetail hunting experiences. Thanks for watching.